So ngayon, dito naman tayo sa forces in 3D systems. Ayan. Para ma-review talaga natin yung statics. Combine natin sa concepts ng mechanics. So meron daw tayong plate, 1,200 pounds yung weight niya. Mag-a-act yan sa centroid lang din ng figure. And then, it can rotate freely about the hinge AB. So meron siyang hinge dito sa point na yan, saka dito rin. So it can rotate pa ganyan or pa ganito. Tapos, the plate is supported by the cables DE and CE. Itong dalawa. If the working stress in the cables is 18,000 psi, determine the smallest safe diameter of the cables. So, essentially, dadaan tayo sa statics and then dyan na papasok yung mechanics. So first, notice na meron tayong cables DE saka CE. Meron silang components along X, along Y, and also along Z. Diba? Now, the same lang yan. Diba kapag meron tayong dalawang forces, forces na nasa two-dimensional plane, let's say P yan, ito yung PX, and then ito yung PY. Diba, para makuha natin yung P, we would have square root of PX squared plus PY squared. Parang ganyan lang. Pero kapag 3-dimensional plane na, meron na siyang component along Z, along X, and along Y. So, let's say this is PZ. Saan ba yung, wait lang, X-axis, and then Y-axis. Ayan. So, let's say, meron tayong force na nag-originate from this point. Notice na meron na siyang distance along the X-axis, and then meron siyang distance din along the Y-axis. Yung parang paganto. Parallel sa Y-axis. Yung mayayari dyan is the force P, let's say lang PX, PY. Yung force P dyan is equal to square root of PX squared plus PY squared plus PZ squared. Ito essentially yung magbabago kapag meron ka ng components along X, Y, and Z. So ito yung Z-axis, and then sabihin natin ito yung Y-axis. Pwede lang mag-interchange yung axis mo. XZ, and then yung Y is parallel to this length. So, yan, parang ganyan lang. So, try to notice na yung junction point ng CE saka DE, andito lang sa gitna. Kasi 2 feet yan, 4 feet yung buo, therefore 2 feet din yung andyan. So, symmetrical pala yung components ng DE saka CE. Therefore, equal lang din yung forces na dadalhin nila. Now, the question is, ano yung length? Ganito na lang yung forces dyan, para lang din yan yung length. So, kapag resultant length, this would be square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. So, yung length ng cable na yan, parang, ano na lang, LDE is equal to LCE equals square root of x. Ano yung distance niya along x? Ito yung x-axis, di ba? So, yung DE, distance along x is 2 feet. I hope agree lang. Kasi dito siya nag-start, dito siya nag-end. And then, distance along x na na-cover dyan, up to this point, parang ito, 2 feet yan. So, 2 squared plus, ano naman yung y? Yung y is, itong axis na to. Now, this distance is 6. Ayan. From this point, going to this point, the distance covered along y is 6 feet. So, 6 squared pala yan. Then, plus, ano yung distance along z? From this point, going to this point, the distance along z is equal to 3 feet. So, plus 3 squared pala. So, yan na yung length. So, square root of 2 squared plus 6 squared plus 3 squared, we have 7. So, gagamitin natin yan para sa components. Now, yung maganda dito is, we can take moments about the line AB. Diba sa 2D, we can only take moments about a point. Pero kapag 3D ka na, nasa 3D plane ka na, then you can take moments about a line. So, dito na lang ako magmo-moment sa line AB. So, summation of moments about AB equal to 0. Pwede natin isulat yung components nila. Diba yung DE, ito yung internal force niya. Let's say, ikakat natin yan. Ito naman yung internal force ng AC. I mean, CE pala. CE saka DE. Now, kapag yan yung internal force, para siyang, meron siyang component along Y to the left, and then component along the x-axis going to the right, and then component din along the z-axis pointing upward. So, parang ganito yung components niya. Ito yung, sabihin natin, DE, DEZ, and then DEX. Ayan. Tapos, ito naman yung DEY. Ayan. I hope agree lang na ito yung components niya. Tapos, yung, ano naman, CE, same lang. Meron siyang component upward, CEZ. Then, component na pa left, CE, anong axis yan? CEX. And then, dito rin, CE along Y. So, always tingnan mo yung parallel na axis sa component. So, parang ganyan, yung components para mabuo yung resultant na to. Yung mga resultant ng cable. Now, try to notice na if I will take moments about the line AB, then, itong DEY saka CEY, tatama lang sila sa axis ng AB. Diba? Ito saka, ito, CEY. Tatama. So, wala silang makukos na rotation. And then also, kapag mag-movement ka about a line, notice na this line, line AB is along the x-axis. Kapag along the x-axis yung line, wag mong isali lahat ng forces along x sa computation ng moment. Kasi yung mangyayari dyan, twisting kasi yung mangyayari. Yung parang yung moments na magkukos ng bending lang, yan lang yung i-consider natin. So again exclude forces along x kasi line AB is along the x-axis. So yung masasali lang pala sa calculations natin would be DEZ saka CEZ, which are equal lang. Equal lang silang dalawa since equal lang yung components nila. So again summation of moments about AB tayo. And then yung weight na 1,200, mag-a-act yan sa gitna. So, somewhere sa point na to. Ayan. So, weight, always acting downward yan. Tapos, 1,200 pounds. So, moment about AB, we would have 1,200. This one. And then, mahahati yan. Kapag 6 feet yan, the moment arm is 3 meters lang to. Half of 6. So, multiplied by 3. And then, clockwise yung rotation na makukos niya. Let's say lang, pa-clockwise ko is ganyan. And then, itong dalawa, yung DEZ saka CEZ, puro counterclockwise yung rotation na makukos nila. But since equal lang silang dalawa, then we can just use 2. And then, let me just treat, di ba, equal lang yung CEZ saka DEZ. So, what if I will just treat it as tension na lang? But this is tension along the z-axis. Ayan. Now, balik tayo dito. Let's say, yung slope ng triangle na yan, this is a 3-4-5 triangle. Diba, para makuha natin yung PY, we have to multiply P by the vertical distance, kasi along the vertical yan, 4, and then this is to be divided by the hypotenuse. And then to get px naman, we would have to multiply p by the horizontal distance, 3, tapos divided by the hypotenuse din. Now, same lang yan sa 3D forces. Kapag sa 3D forces ka na, if you want the, let's say, z component of p, then this would be p multiplied by the distance along z divided by the length or the hypotenuse, essentially. Pero nagbago na kasi yan kasi yung diagonal na yung gusto natin. So ito pala, 2 times tension along z, then this is to be multiplied by the moment arm. Now the moment arm of this force, yung CEZ saka DEZ, this would be 6 feet. So times 6, and then equate natin yan to 0. So masasolve na natin yung TZ. So 1,200 multiplied by 3, then minus 2 times tension along Z multiplied by 6, and then equal 0. Solving TZ, this is 300. Ayan. Tapos naka-pounds, since naka-pound din yung force. Now the question is, determine the smallest safe diameter of the cables. Now since equal lang yung dalawa, yung forces na dinadala nila, we can just equate right away. So our working stress for the cables is 18,000 psi. So sulat natin, pounds per square inch yan. And then equals, wag mong gamitin yung TZ. Bakit? We want the tensile force. Let's say, this is T, saka ito rin, T. Now, itong na-solve natin na TZ, yung component pa lang yan. Yung component niya along the z-axis. But we want the tensile force. So, paano natin kukunin yung tensile force? Recall na kapag gusto natin yung force, we have to multiply by the distance along z divided by the length. So, the same lang yan dito. To get TZ, this would be equal to the tensile force multiplied by the z component. The distance along z is 3 feet. So, 3. Tapos, divided by the length. Our length is 7. Yung na-solve natin kanina. But alam na natin yung TZ. This is 300. So, kapag 300 yan, masosolve na natin yung tensile force. That would be 300 multiplied by 7 divided by 3. So, this is 700 pala. 700 pounds. Ito na yung tensile force sa cables natin. And then, divide natin by the area. Diameter yung gusto natin. So, we have to use pi over 4 multiplied by d squared. And then, isusolve na lang natin yung d. So, magiging 18,000 equals 700 divided by pi over 4 multiplied by d squared. Ayan. Solving d, this is 0.2225. Or let's just use 3 decimal places, 0.223 na lang. Ayan. And then this is in inches. So, ito na yung sagot natin. Now, kapag hindi mo gustong isolve yung t, pag gusto mo siyang masolve agad, you can just change TZ. Gawin mo na lang siyang tension, tapos multiplied by 3 over 7. Kasi diba ito naman yung value ng TZ talaga. Ayan, TZ. So kapag naka-TZ na yan, automatic makukuha mo na yung tensile force. Bale yung makukuha mo sa equation na to, it would automatically be 700 pounds. So yan na yung force na gagamitin mo. Check na lang natin, 1,200 times 3, then minus 2 times x times 3 over 7, then multiplied by 6 equals 0. Solving t, automatic na, 700 pounds. So you have the option to use the component right away para makuha mo agad yung tensile force.